to our, and we're sharing the wrong page here. Let me get that fixed. Okay, there we are. Welcome everyone to the Xango University training, faculty training. I welcome you all this morning. Gosh, it's a beautiful spring day. I hope everyone around the world is enjoying today, and it's beginning to warm up. And gosh, Carol's been out taking a few pictures of flowers already, and the apricot trees are blooming already. So I just hope you're having a wonderful spring day today. We're going to be talking about in the know, and what that is at the end of the month, every Thursday at the end of the month. And I know a lot of this, some of this material that we're going to be covering today has been gone over on the WWT call on Thursday evening after this particular call for premieres and above. The point of the call that we get on Thursday is to update us on company things that are going on, give us a little insight. Some of the founders come on. We had Joe Morton, Kelly Allred, and Ryan Anderson on this last Thursday. I want to just share with you a couple of things before we get into the presentation. You know, last month we had a spotlighted product sale on Ageless, and here's what happened. Okay, this is awesome. This is awesome for sales, and this was the intent behind these spotlighted product sales. The Ageless product sales doubled last month. Okay. Canada, Australia, almost doubled in the U.S. We need to kick that up in the U.S. here a little bit further, but that's the intent of that, getting people on product, getting them to check it out, and then have that repeat sale month after month, get them on ADP. We're going to talk about that a little more in the call here. So today it's Tom and Carol. I think Carol will be jumping on in just a few minutes here. If she's not already. But we're going to be going over the In the Know faculty workshop. So let's get started here. What's the new special for this month, April? For April, we're going to be spotlighting the Pro Pack. And here's the thing. Same price as it was, $134.95, 100 PV. You save $27. You get a box of Limitless. You get Ignite and Reload. You get your 30 sample cards so you can get this product out to people. And let me just say, folks, if you're not loading those sample cards up, if you're not putting your name and number inside there, if you're not carrying these sample cards with the samples inside of them, you can't give them out. And so let's continue to give those samples out. And they've got a new bottle, brand new bottle that they just came up with. It's brand new, and it happens to be a limited time. Okay, so if you want this bottle, and I love these bottles. I just pulled out another one. They get a little gunky after a little while, and I try to clean them out. But sometimes I wear the lettering off on the outsides, and I want a new one. Gosh, we got some brand new ones down in at the Now Sapphire Resort in Cancun a few months back, and I've been using that thing like crazy all day long. I mix up all three of these, and folks, I throw in all three, and then I throw an Ageless in on top of it. Shake that thing up. That's my cocktail in the morning. I love it, and so you know. You want to have these new bottles because as you carry them around, people are going to ask you, what's Xango? What do you got in that bottle? There's a perfect opening right there. So, and then this April 7th on the WWT, so next Thursday, they're going to be talking on that particular call. They'll have an expert about these products. Whether it's a doctor or Yoko Little, they didn't announce who that was going to be, but they did say it would be an expert about these products, these three products. And so you're going to want to be on there because they always release a little bit more information. You know, we don't always release everything, every call, but, you know, we drip on people. Oh, prospecting tip there. We drip on people. So what's the rest of the product spotlight for April? Well, it's more Ignite, it's more Limitless, and it's more Reload. And you can buy these. You get a savings of $20 on each 3-pack. You can really, stock up so you can get these samples out. Gosh, I have another family living in my home. I think he goes through about this much a month just because he's got a small baby. He's got to be up taking care of his kids. He's got to be up taking care of his baby. And so he doesn't get a whole lot of steep, and I'll tell you what, he loves this product, all 3 of them. He mixes them together. He can go day and night taking care of all those babies. And so you're going to love it once you try it. Folks, I love coffee. I'll just admit up front here. I love coffee, but I'm basically off of that. Took a few weeks of doing this each morning regularly, and off coffee. The only time I drink a cup of coffee is when I go to church on Sunday, and I think that's about as much as I need, folks. Anyway, get those orders in. We're going to be talking about some ADP dates here in just a minute, and so you're going to see this coming up here. We've added another ADP date. A lot of people want their product toward the first of the month. They're running out. And so they want to have this product on hand. So now you have 2 options. We're going to talk a little bit more about this later in the call. There's some things you can do to get this set up by yourself if you want it on the 3rd or if you want it to remain on the 13th. So we'll talk about that a little more. They did say you can change your ADP 2 days before. So if you had it on the 3rd, you can change it on the 1st. If you had it on the 13th, you can change it by the 11th. So those are nice things to know when you're getting new product, or maybe you realize all of a sudden that you were out of product. So we're excited about that. Anyway, let me just share with you some things that Joe shared. Top global sales of products. Of course, juice is number 1, and number 2 in the world globally is the Xalo Pro Pack, and then number 3 is the Eris line. So 1, 2, and 3 there, Juice, Pro Pack line, and Eris. Those are all awesome products and great products to focus on building your business. Let's see. And then we go into 3-tier pricing. Now this is something that many of you have heard a little bit about here and there, but Xango's really taking a proactive approach on working to get shipping and handling included in their prices. And, the first month we had this Tasters Duo, and it was such a huge success. It was just phenomenal. I loved it. I know people were asking, right at the end of January, they were asking, okay, can we still get that? And so they extended it. Well, guess what, folks? It's here to stay. It's not going away. This includes shipping and handling. The savings on this, I think I figured it out a few weeks ago, and depending on where you're getting it shipped to, you could be saving up to from $45 to $60 over the regular price of this. So this is the new wholesale price for the Tasters Duo, which includes 4 bottles of Reserve and 4 bottles of Xango juice. So you can get this anytime you want now. Now let me just move into the 3-tier pricing and how this is going to work. We've been doing a win-back campaign for a while. Xango did this over the summer, a couple of summers, and they've had tremendous results, and I'll go into explaining what that campaign is. But first of all, I want to just tell you about this 3-tier pricing. Retail normally is $135 with a PV of $120, and then wholesale, and that's what we've been buying it at, gosh, almost since day one, $120 with a $120 PV. Now, here's what they...
Of the folks that live a long way, they have a lot of shipping, don't they, Tom?
Absolutely. And this has been a huge concern, and so Xango wanted to... Thank you, Carol, for jumping on. now that I know you there, I'll have you jump in more. So they really wanted to work this out. Now, new ADP price, and this has to be ADP, and so it's 125 and then 100 PV, shipping and handling included. This is awesome. You know, the company's never, in 14 years that I know of, Carol, reduced the price of juice, ever. And so this is an awesome feature that'll happen in other products as we move forward through the year. We'll see this 3-tier pricing added into many of the other products, okay? And you know, we had it. I know there's going to be a question come up. Well, if I sign a new customer up that's going to be on a case of juice, what's their first price? Well, their first price is going to be the wholesale price. Okay, it's going to be the 120 plus shipping and handling. If they go ahead and set it up an ADP, the second month from then on will continue to be that 125 with free shipping and handling.
So, Tom, if I could just jump in a minute, the point of the 3-tier pricing is to help people to make that choice to get on ADP. Why ADP, Tom? Can you talk a little bit about what we see statistically with an ADP?
Oh, you're going to make me jump around a little here.
I am.
Okay, let's see if I can jump to that part of the call. You know, it's about focusing on our flagship product. You know, it's about 60, here's a statistic that Joe Morton talked about, 60% of our juice customers and distributors that have been on Xango Juice for 5 years of longer, 60% of those people are still on Xango Juice.
And Tom, we know statistically that if a customer were to get on ADP, they use the juice for multiple months. When they use it for multiple months, what happens? They start to see results, fabulous results that they don't want to lose. That's why people stay. That's why we look at ADP. It really helps the individual to get the best benefits of our juice. It also helps us as distributors and company owners to get people regularly using a product and then seeing benefits.
Absolutely, Carol. You know, we want people to be on ADP, not only for the sales and not only for the volume. We want them for that 90 days to see the benefit of the juice.
But for them, exactly.
Okay. Well, an added benefit of the 3-tier pricing, well, this is just on top of it. You know, we were talking about if you sign up somebody tomorrow and they get it at that wholesale price, you're going, well, why can't I get it at the ADP price right off the bat? Well, they need that first, you know, price to pay out to people for your commissions, weekly and monthly, and then they need to make sure that that person stays on the ADP, okay? That's the second part of it. And then here's the bonus, and a lot of us know this already, this ADP reward. You know, after 3 months on the program, they get a $50 voucher, okay? And that's available to new distributors and customers, not us that have been on for a while.
And again, we want to say thank you to those that are consistently using, and so that ADP report is important to be able to say thank you.
Another question that's going to come up, Carol, is, hey, I've been on ADP for juice for years. Can I get this new price? Absolutely you can, and you can either call in and get that changed. We will have a slide a little later on that talks about that, how to do that if you want to do it online. You're welcome to do that. You can get it for this ADP price of $125, which includes shipping and handling. That's phenomenal, Carol. I don't know. You know, we're here locally, and we go down to Will Call and pick it up, and we avoid that shipping. But I know for people around the country, that can be somewhat of a hindrance. So we want to make it as simple as possible for people to build their businesses. Okay, we're going to move on here, Carol. We're going to go to this next slide. This is another fun slide right here, and a lot of people didn't hear about this so far, but nothing beats free. A lot of people get this every month. Some people, you know, don't realize quite how it works. You know, it used to be, well, if you had 3 customers or 3 customers on a case of juice, you would get a free case of juice. Or if you had 3 customers on Eris, you would get free Eris.
Yeah, so that works great when somebody is buying consistently the same products. But what if they jump around and they have a little of this and a little of that? Like we realize, oh, wait a minute, I didn't get my Nothing Beats Free, but I actually had a lot of sales. So, Tom?
Yeah, actually, you're right, Carol. That was the issue. You know, people had customer points, but maybe they didn't have their third person order a case of juice, and they're going, I didn't get Nothing Beats Free this month because, you know, one of my customers didn't order. And I had some other customers that ordered other things, but it didn't add up to enough points to get that free case of juice.
So Xango looked at that and they said, now wait a minute, how can we benefit everybody? You know, what is the core goals here? We want to help people to stay on our products. We want to give them something for free. You know, we had these certain things in place that we needed to be able to do that with Nothing Beats Free, but is there a better way? And Xango thought of a better way.
And it's actually lower than it used to be. You know, Carol, it used to start out, well, you had to have 3 cases or 3 Eris to get this started. Now they've just dropped it to $300 to $499 in points, and you get a $100 product voucher. That's awesome to use. And then, of course, level 2, $500 to $899, get $150. Level 3, 900 plus points, you get a $200 product value. And here's the cool thing, Carol and everyone, you can choose any products you want. That's awesome. You know, it's not, well, if I had 500, I can choose from this list, and if I had 1,000 in points, I get from this list, or I only get a case of juice, or I only get a Eris pack. And now you can choose anything you want. So
thank you, Xango.
Absolutely.
Nothing Beats Free.
They made it simpler and a lot easier to understand. And so start working towards those points. And here's the cool thing. I don't know if everybody realizes this, but your personal points go towards that. Okay? So if you had 200-point order on your ADP, that goes towards that 300 or 500, and then customers add on to that also. Carol, anything else on that slide?
Nope. As I said, thank you, Xango. Nothing Beats Free. I am excited about these new features. I love the points.
All right. Well, we're going to change the theme a little bit here. Are our slides still coming up? They are. Upcoming events. Wow. I'll tell you what, this XBA, you know, Carol and I have had the pleasure of being here locally close to corporate, and we can go down and attend the XBAs and have people come in from around the country and join us to be there. And they've been phenomenal. Well, I really like this venue that they've come up with for Las Vegas at the Green Valley Ranch. I'll spit that out again. And here's the thing, folks. I don't know if anyone's ever heard Les Brown, but he puts a smile on my face and gets me laughing. He's a phenomenal speaker and motivational speaker. And Carol and I have purchased many of his CDs just because we love hearing them. And I think his famous quote is, "If you're in network marketing, you got to be hungry." And I'll explain myself a little bit there. You know what? This industry is a great industry. I love it. Carol and I love it, and so many of you on the call today love it. But you know what? It can be hard, and Les Brown says you got to be hungry to make this happen. And so come and hear him. There's only 1,000 seats, and I hear Carol that the VIPs. Tickets that are $109 a piece are almost gone. I think it's just in the mid-30s or low 30s at this point. They had 100 VIP tickets, and so they're just about gone. They have some fabulous things. You come in for a Thursday night dinner with the VIP sitting, and there's about another 3 or 4 things that I don't have them right in front of me, Carol. So
if you're looking, leaders, to get your people around our corporate leaders and around our top people. You want to be with that VIP seating so you have more opportunities to do so. And so take advantage of that. If you just, cannot do that, be aware there are two other types of seating. And so the medium seating is what price, Tom?
$79.
Okay, and then if you need to get the standard ticket,
$39.
So $39 to $109, your choice as to the type of ticket you want to get into the Green Valley Ranch. And that is a really beautiful, beautiful ranch out there. We're going to have a great time, about 1,000 people maximum that we can put in there. We would literally sell that whole place out if we did, according to the seating and rooms there when I looked. But it's beautiful up there. We're going to have a great time, so be there.
And we have a special pricing for this, for the hotel there of $125. You just need to mention that. All of this, folks, is on, if you go to Xango.com, scroll all the way down to the bottom and hit the events button, and then that'll take you to these different events that are going on, and you can hit those, individually for the XBA in Las Vegas, for the XBA, a one-day event in Ontario, California.
If you're out in the California area there within 3 hours or so, you'll want to jump on over and join the Ontario group there. Do you happen to know the tickets?
I do not, Carol, but that, like I said, that's on the events page. Go to Xango.com, front page, scroll all the way down, hit events, and that'll take you right there. Okay.
Take a look. If you're in California and you want to get into the XBA right now, get your ticket there.
And then here's another thing that's happening here, actually on the same weekend as the XBA in Ontario. But, if you're interested or have a following of Spanish people in your organization, or just have a huge desire to be a part of the U.S. Spanish launch, from what I understand, you can be invited to go to this. It is $300. That includes, the hotel and meals and things for those days. It'll be up in Snowbird, Utah. Beautiful area there, Carol.
Have fun up in that area.
We remember our first 20K event there the first year we were in Xango. What a wonderful venue to be at. And then some of that will be down at the Xango corporate offices too, some of the training and some of the tours and things like that.
That's a little bit different. That's not an XBA. That is a Go Premier event. And as Tom mentioned, those are invitation. That's how you get there. And so if you wonder if you can get an invitation to participate because you have an interest in the U.S. Spanish markets, that is going to be a focus, a launch focus in getting all of that running. So if you have that desire to get in there with your teams and help to grow a U.S. Spanish market, then find out from your leaders, and you could give Sam Glanzer a call to find out, can you get an invitation to participate in that?
And I've got an email address for Sam G. Sam G. at Xango.com. If you have an interest in going to that Go Premiere here at Snowbird, Utah, April 14th through the 17th, email Sam and say, I would love to come, be a part of the U.S. Spanish launch that's happening at that event. So, Carol, I think we need to move on.
All right.
Okay, we've still got this happening. And, Carol, gosh, what I hear is, and it might be further down in my notes, of course, but 13 distributors have already hit this new promotion. And Kelly and Ryan were laughing because most of these 13 didn't even know they hit it. They just got extra money. How about that? So, as you sign people up, and they become a 1K within 30 days of joining, receive $100. and then rank a 5K within 90 days of joining, receive another $250. So we have a little bit of explanation in the next slide about this, Carol, and I'm going to...
These, you heard about March Radness, right? Well, here we are moving forward. We're already into April, and we're still looking at Radness here. What are we looking at? We're looking at rapid advancement bonuses. That's what we're talking about here. How do you qualify for a rapid advancement bonus? And like Tom mentioned, 13 people qualified for this rapid advancement bonus, and they didn't even know it. Well, what if our focus was on rapid advancement and getting ourselves to this next rank and focusing on what we're doing? Tom?
Okay. So this promotion runs through, let's see, the end of May. But here's the thing, folks. Xango is always trying to make things as simple and straightforward and easy, for us to help our people to achieve these rank advancements. So, if you signed up today, okay, let's just use today, April 2nd, you would not just get 30 days. May 2nd it would be cut off, and you wouldn't win the the $100 to become a 1K. You would actually have till the end of May, because what they're doing, folks, is they're using this and they're giving you a full calendar month. Okay, not just 30 days, but a full calendar month. So if you sign somebody up on April 15th, nice day to sign somebody up. They just paid taxes. They're looking for ways to make extra income, and they're ready. And this can be a talking point with people. People are going to pay their taxes and be going, holy cow, I got to make some more money so I can pay those things. Well, we have great tax benefits, and that's a whole nother, training right there on the tax benefits that you can have at being a business owner. Carol, help me with that. I'm spitting this out, and it's not coming out. Anyway, lots of tax benefits when you own your own home-based business.
So, Tom, moving on to
5K
of discussion here with the rapid advancement bonus for 5K.
Okay, all right, thanks. So this promo runs through May 31st, but then again, if you have somebody sign up, at the beginning of May, and they're pushing hard and they hit 1K, and all of a sudden, we've had 1Ks hitting a day or a week, and maybe they're on their way to hit 5K, and so they're going to get a whole calendar 3 months till August 31st. So this is how Xango does things. They keep it fair, they keep it simple, and they want people to be able to achieve these ranks that are coming in. So let's see, this promo, U.S., California, Australia, New Zealand, Europe, and South Africa. So a lot of different countries where this is going on. So let me move on to the next slide, Carol. Where are we at? Oh, we're back to this multiple ADP dates, okay. I was talking earlier, you may want to make this full screen and hit print screen, and then copy it over to a Word document or whatever you have there where you can paste it into, just so you remember how to, we talked about, the ADP, the new 3-tiered pricing, and maybe you want to change that, and maybe you want your juice on the 3rd or the 13th. You can update those things if you do these particular things, okay?
Yeah, this is another example of Xango listening to all of us. Sometimes you and I have to take care of our bill pay on different days. And so Xango's given us another opportunity to make some adjustments and be able to get these things out a little bit more easily. And in fact, Tom, I don't know what slide you're on here. I'm upstairs.
Oh, multiple ADP dates.
But we hear that Xango is still considering other options.
Oh, Carol, did you let that out?
Pardon me?
Did you say that?
Oh. That's what happens.
It's okay, folks.
No.
Once in a while, we can have fun with this, and we can leak a little information. You know, this is how Xango is moving on and communicating. And yeah, there may be
that
more.
All have ears and are listening to what we have to say about these things. But we do need our dates to be focused so that we understand what things are happening on what dates in business, right, Tom? And so there's a little bit more information about that.
Absolutely. And so this is how you can go into your back office and change those ADP dates if you want that on the 3rd or on the 13th of the month. And then just a note, China, Hong Kong, Japan, Malaysia, Singapore, and Taiwan, they will continue on the 13th. But it sounds like the rest of the world gets to have this other option, Carol.
And that's fabulous. It always helps us when we can tidy things up with our business dates, doesn't it?
Absolutely. So let me go on to the next slide. I think we got a events drive to the next event. So mark your calendars. XBA's June 2nd through the 4th in Las Vegas, April 17th, Ontario, Go Premier for that U.S. Spanish launch. And I think there's going to be a lot of people from Mexico up here too. I didn't mention that early, but that, of course, April 14th through the 17th, Snowbird, Utah.
Yes, Tom. You know, in fact, about this, what we learned many years ago as we were growing our networking was that the real purpose of any gathering with regard to business is to pull people together to have another meeting focus. Why? Because we get opportunity, again, to share just a little bit more. If we give too much information at once, it's overwhelming. And so the purpose of a meeting is to book another meeting, whether we're talking about a conference call, a Skype meeting, or the opportunity to get to XBA and to learn some terrific things with regard to growing our business. And so, Tom, take it away.
Okay. These are some things that, we got it in a nutshell. I thought we were to the next one, but I want to just share some things that Joe Morton shared on the call, and gosh, Kelly and Ryan hogged so much of the call. Joe didn't get much time to share, but anyway, there's some items that Joe talked about, and drive to Las Vegas. And it wasn't just about, literally getting in your car and driving. It was about driving for the next 60 days. We've got 60 days until the Vegas event, and it's about driving your business. And he talked about listening to Earl Nightingale's The Strangest Secret and the power and the wisdom. And here's a gentleman that's probably been listening to this CD for years, probably back when it was a cassette tape, listening to it then too, but Joe shared that he still listens to it every other week. Folks, that should be a big heads up for you, that if our corporate owners are listening to these things over and over and over again. I know I listen to something and I'll read something and then I'll read it again or listen to it again, and it sounds completely different. I see different things every time I open up a book or listen to a CD. So, these are things they want to encourage us to do for growth.
Tom, good things stay around. And when Joe was talking about Earl Nightingale, The Strangest Secret, that's interesting because one of the earliest mentors that we had in life talked about listening to Earl Nightingale's The Strangest Secret on a phonograph. Wow. Yeah,
I think the first time I heard it, it was on a phonograph, and it was scratchy and pretty rough sounding. But that was the first time that was.
Why do we have tools like this still around?
Because they change people's lives. And this person wasn't even in network marketing, Carol.
No, he was a fabulous mentor who made a difference in our lives and shared positive in, just like Joe, positive in.
And so this, it talks about the keys to success and what is success. It's not just about a new car or a new house, but it's that progressive realization of a worthy ideal. And so as we're driving to Vegas, okay, so to speak, we're setting goals as we drive our business towards the XBA in Vegas. And we have 60 days to do this drive for recruiting. What's our goal for this month, April? What is it for May? Have you got those written down? Are they visual? Are you seeing those things? Are you making it happen? This is what we're talking about when we talk about driving your dreams, driving your business, driving your business partners. And so the questions he had, how's your recruiting going? How is your rank advancements going? And how are your peoples? I don't know if that's a word, but how are your distributors and customers growing? Are they growing in rank advancement? Are they getting those customer bonuses? Are you getting the bonuses? And are there meetings going? This is a huge thing that all three of the people that were on this call, Kelly, Ryan, and Joe, talked about. The meetings are going to explode here this year. We see a real need for that to happen. That's why we see these Las Vegas events, Ontario events, Go Premier events, and we're beginning to hear of other events around the country. There's one in July in Virginia already formulating and coming together.
Folks, by the way, if you're in that area, Dwayne Dyer, 500K master distributor, going to be sharing. Get in contact with the host up there and get yourself a ticket. That's going to be a great event.
And, of course, Xango at these events will, make a big deal out of rank advancement. It's huge. Somebody becoming just a 1K, that's huge. A 5K, 20K, Premier, 100K, 200K, 500K. And so rank advancement is a huge deal, and we're going to be, working on making that more to the front. Okay, that's the only way I can think of putting it. But making a huge deal out of it, because rank advancement is a big deal.
And so let's take advantage of the rapid advancement. Let's help our people to get there rapidly to gain those extra bonuses. A little extra in the pocket always helps the mindset.
Okay, and so they mentioned a few places where they're looking at other meetings, so, write these down. Maybe you're in these areas, or maybe you know other people that you're working with in these areas. This is just the beginning. So they talked about Detroit, Hawaii. Carol, I think I want to go to that one. Okay. Hawaii is coming up. Toronto, Canada. Tucson, a lot of activity happening in Tucson. And then, of course, other locations. I think I heard of Miami in there. So there'll be many different meeting locations around the country, folks. I was just checking to make sure my phone didn't go dead. It's beeping on me. That was Carol, so she's not on. Do you want to go grab my phone from my desk? And then you can come on for the last few slides here. Well, we're going to wrap it up here with a quote from Frank Peretti. Don't worry about getting perfect. Just keep getting better. A lot of people, when they come into this business, well, I don't know the products. I don't know the compensation plan. I don't know this, or I don't know that. and that's why we put this quote up. Don't worry about getting it all in a line. Don't worry about getting, you're saddled up. We used to talk about that a lot, Carol, didn't we? Don't worry about those things. Just keep getting better. And, we're here, and many other leaders that are on this line, and your leaders are excited to be able to help you and mentor you in building your business. So don't worry about getting perfect. Just keep getting better. Anyway, thank you. Next slide. It's just the beginning of more good things to come. You know, Joe loves this, discover the goodness. And, you know, Carol and I were talking about this the other day, and this is a great 3 words right there. Discover the goodness. You know, earlier in the call we talked about Xango juice being our #1 sale product in the world. And there's a reason for it, folks. People get great results. Carol and I have gotten a lot of great results in our own lives. You know, if I were to say one thing, I could say this with all confidence. I believe I'm here today because of what this juice did in my life. So discover the goodness. Discover this mangosteen. You know, get on the Taster's Duo. That's a fabulous 8 bottles right there, 4 of reserve, wonderful taste, and then, of course, the Xango juice. Well, I want to thank everyone for coming on, and Carol's messing with my slides, so I don't know where she's going to go to.
Right there for you.
Okay, so we're going to wrap this call up. So I'm going to let Carol close out. Thank you so much for joining us.
So, you know, just going back to those 3 words, discover the goodness. That's what our business is all about, is this wonderful, delicious Xango product and what it can do to change lives. And so it's just the beginning of more good things to come as you discover the goodness, as you introduce that wonderful goodness to other people. And one other thing I'd like to share, you know, this is one of my very favorite quotes. I have it by my desk. And if you've ever heard of Irma Bombeck, she was a U.S. author. She's a newspaper columnist and just had this sweet humor about her, and something she shared, and I love this. When I stand before God at the end of my life, I would hope that I'd not have a single bit of talent left. And I could say, I used everything you gave me. And that's what I think about as we continue to grow our business. Discover the goodness in Xango and in yourself.
I failed to look at our questions. So as far as I know, on the point system for Nothing Beats Free, they will be equal to the product, the PV points, whatever that is. Okay. Not, oh, I said personal volume. Yet no, I didn't mean that. The points in that column, if you look in your back office, product value, not product value, but gross product value there. All right. And then I have another question. Sure, we don't need three customers. You know what? That didn't come up. And so I will need to find out the answer of that because normally we would need 3 customers to be part of that Nothing Beats Free. So that's a good question. Thank you for that.
These are things as we begin to look at this new point system that we'll want to check our back office and look for the documentation for clarification. The key elements there is the simplification and going to the points so that we don't have to have specific products all the time. That was the real key focus there.
Okay, a couple other questions. Dr. Santry, that's a great idea. XBA in the Asian Pacific area, Hawaii is another excellent bridge for this. Great, because I know you're in Hawaii.
By the way, in Hawaii there's an event going on. You'll want to watch also. There's an event coming up in Hawaii. Take a look on the events page and get some details on that. It's not an XBA or an academy currently, but keep your eyes out. Dwayne Dyer will be doing that.
We're trading phones back and forth here. So when does the new point system start? The new point system and the web page will be up April 7th. That'll be right the same day as the WWT call. Will RAD be ongoing or limited time? Limited time for this. So
the end date?
May 31st, and then if you have people that are already going towards 1K or 5K, the end date is, I believe, August 31st. Let's see. Back office. You need to sign into your back office, and you'll see a cumulative of your volume with your customer's volume. There's a line for that. It's called iBonus, and that'll tell you whether you qualify for Nothing Beats Free. Okay. I think we got them all, Carol.
Yes.
Oh, there's more in the chat box. Okay.
Okay. What is the new point system you just mentioned? Again, that is new point system.
Level,
Nothing Beats Free.
Level 1 will be from $300 to $499. You'll receive a $100 product voucher. Level 2 is $400 to $899 for a $150 product voucher, and then 900 plus is for a $200 product voucher. Just making it simpler than needing the 3 juice customers. Maybe if one doesn't order, or if you have other people ordering other products, maybe you didn't hit that 500, and so you didn't feel like you got anything out of NBF. They've gone to this new point system. Okay, anything else, Carol? Let me look here. Let me make sure I got all these questions. When I go to the Xango site, click on the webinar link at the bottom, it says, thank you, it's not available. You know, here's where a lot of the webinars are. If you go to Xango Power of 3, Xango Power of 3, and under one of the tabs there, and I can't remember if it's resources or recording, but if you look in that XangoPowerOf3.com, you're going to see webinar recordings from Xango kept there. They don't keep them very long. They're there for a limited time. So
a week to 30 days.
A week to 30 days. Yes, the WWT is there on those links. It may not be up yet. They may have not posted Thursday's call, but it should be up on Monday if you don't see the current one. As far as I know, the points for it equals $1, so hopefully that answers.
Who you're answering your question.
That's to K. 100 points is a PV or dollar. It's equal here.
Take a quick look.
It's equal. Okay. XangoPower3.com. Thanks, Mark, for posting that up on the chat.
Appreciate that.
Okay, I think we are there. Oh, hold on. Maybe we got another one. This is for the current call. Okay, the WWT. If it's not posted in that Xango Power 3, it should be on Monday. Okay.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us on the call. Like Tom mentioned, with regard to where these things will be posted, it's usually just a little bit behind. It takes a little bit of time to get those up and posted, so usually within 24 to 48 hours. And so if I could just share one more time, you know, I hope that you would not have a single bit of your talent left after you gave it everything you could in growing yourself, looking forward to the exciting changes that are going to take place. Thank you, everybody, for joining us on this super Saturday, learning a little bit about what's in the know with Xango. Thank you, everyone.